Okay, I'm in the live terror cell, so I don't have to say any more about that. What the fuck you're witnessing, text and me running down. And because of the U.S. military and allied forces, I'm able to leave my room and even do that. They're going to until they're taken. The U.S. military comes in here. How they do that, ask them. It could be through targeted strikes. They have to. Or it could, I don't know. And I don't have to get ornery. Being through prolonged trauma can make you grouchy. And I want to work through that and be a happy person, but I can't do it as long as I'm captive. And the people that want to get in here are always flying, practically landing on the roofs, shining lights in my windows, and they can't get in. It's not how I'm going to start to heal and recover from this. But so I don't need to be grouchy. Okay, it's just hard here. So what you're seeing and how I look and how I talk with no words, and then I open that door and you know that I'm thinking that. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? It's really, 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 whatever the word, to have a population that in support of the carnage and violence that they know is taking place here. And to see them with their baby buggies. And then when the baby buggies really make me, whatever the word. And they look right at me in my eyes and they go, and they get this, I can't describe it right now. I will, because I'm going to live through this house. They get this look in their eye, this facial expression, and they stick their noses up and they're all proud. And a lot of words that I just can't produce right now. I've seen it 1,000 times. So that is really, really, what happened in the U.S. was what I was talking about in the last video. The government collapses and tens of millions of them have to go. They have to die because they tried to overthrow the government. Now, however, the U.S. military and allied forces do that, look, they have to. George Washington would order it. What they've done to his capital, the civilians here, espionage and treason, and the 40% military, is what George Washington would have no-brainer directly ordered. So, you can't have people making bombs in their houses, arming themselves with all kinds of guns, saying it's their rights. This went too far. The founding fathers were very smart. Remember, I have little vocabulary. And they would never have said that this was what they intended. No. So I don't want to get into all of the facts of, there's facts of why we ended up like this in the year 2022 before the government completely collapsed. When it did, right? I'm speaking whatever the word. When it did, it fell in the hands of the good guys, which is what George Washington wanted. And part of that was that the rubber band and analogy snapped. So you still had tens of millions right there. And in my eyes, this is me, the unarmed civilian trapped in a terrorist cell. My belief is that God created me to slay evil. How I do it. Now, I am an unarmed civilian, so I need to say no more. But I choose to believe that one reason why I am here on earth is to slay evil. This is why I help the good military. I help. I'm not going to sit here and defend or justify my statements any longer. I will do God's will, but it's against my creation to keep just doing locations to keep all these humans that want to sexually abuse kids, telling kids at 4 and 3 years old about things they should not know about until they're like 14. It's the same age as when you start to figure out if you're straight or you're gay. You don't tell kids anything about it until then. This is just one way that they sexually abuse the kids. It went way further than that. They're so, whatever the word now, that the new Americans coming can't mingle. The thing is, okay, look, the U.S. military, 42%, is constantly with Biden and Putin trying to launch attacks on the U.S. They know what they're doing. This town knows what they're doing. All the people driving by when I'm on the porch and everything I've described, they know what they're doing. This is no longer a terrorist cell when it's a celebrity and it's totem, it's like famous. And these are not terrorists because they're on TV every day. So, like I was saying, it's too noisy and too frightening, and they're fucking killing people, dude. I'm witnessing murders and the helicopters come and shit. The fucking military knows what's going on here too. This is unbelievable, the history I am in. I know I'm in it. But I'm not one of the generals that leads the war. No, I know that. But I'm in it, and I'm kind of astounded by that. But nonetheless, the history itself that's taking place here in the city on this street and with the population here is astounding. It's sad, but it's fucking pure history, and they're not going to cover it up. These white nationals with their deranged whatever this is here. It's no longer a terrorist cell, which is what I was trying to get at. With the barnyard doors opening and closing, this is overt. It is not covert. It is overt. And it's criminally insane, so you can't call it a functioning fort. And then don't ask me what the frick this is supposed to be. And see, that's the grouchy, the ornery comes out. So I just need out of here, man. The history I'm witnessing here with what this town chose to do, all in the name of white nationalism, all in the name of keeping whites on top of white establishment. But of course, you could let the minorities in, but we have to racially cleanse a lot of them. And that was the initial thing with Putin and Iran and a lot of the Americans way back when they elected Trump. Was when they were going to launch it and strike it. They were going to wipe out and completely, whatever the word, all these races of people, non-white people. And ones like me, they would have wiped out too. White people like me. So they were going to establish that. And then any other ones they decided, I guess, to keep in town, an analogy, right? Keep around, were these Jews and black and African American. This is Americans. And Chinese, these are all mafia, triad. I'm gangster. The white nationals kept me here, man. I don't believe it would have been that simple. But some of them, maybe they would have kept in town. This is so fucking frightening. This street, the gear that these deranged criminals are around can blow up Venezuela. Is why it's 6 blocks from the White House. It's really locational. It's really importante. And it's all this high-tech shit that I am, to this day, only know because of my living through it. 40-something%. That's how up there this house is. So this is what I mean. I'm not the generals that lead the war. This is serious history that's going on here. And these white nationals in this city and in this country and around the world are not going to win this. You don't win. It's called victory, and you don't get it. You're not getting the victory here so that you can go kill billions of people who aren't white and then have anal sex. With my girl. Because I'm mutated and I forgot to have sex the right way. You don't have anal sex with your girlfriends. You don't. I don't even want to discuss this. Okay, no, it's serious here, okay? I have to constantly have music on. To write 100 words takes so long, and I can't remember my words, and it's all this noise. Muffler. Then another one. is so fucking, like, nowhere I've ever been. I don't even need to state a case to this anymore. This is so fucking horrifying here. And then they're laying them out in the house, sometimes 2 a day. This is, to my knowledge, these military cats know a lot. The fact these deranged freaks are still here? Oh my God. The town supports it. They're out of their minds. They think, this is my point, I keep on getting sidetracked. These white nationalists are not going to have victory and then cover all this up. This house, my life, the generals' lives, and all their blood, sweat, and tears. Everything covered up. No, dude, that's fantasy land, man. No, and this is Saudi Arabia, too. This is all the Middle East, UAE, all them fucks with their big skyscrapers. Where do you think these fucking buildings, where are you going? Why don't you try to be like me and not get fucking sick from this gas you fucking used on me? Try that. And then ask yourself, where are you going in your skyscraper, motherfucker? These buildings there, bye-bye. Bye-bye. What you tried to do to us, back at you. Trust me, trust me, trust me. It's going down. And tens of millions of Americans here, it was ordered by George Washington, who you say we're a traitor of the Constitution to? No. They can't sit in the Pentagon knowing that they're fucking espionage. Look at my eyes, are so puffy. Espionage, all these words. And then turn around and tell the people protecting and defending their sovereign territory that they're fucking traitors to the Constitution. The people who they recruited over since the 1960s into the U.S. Armed Services have no idea about loyalty. My eyes are so puffy, I know. I feel so sorry for myself. I'm terrified here. I wake up, they're pounding things in my floor. 3 in the morning. I look like what I'm living through, folks. Anyways, I don't need to rant because this 62% U.S. military who comes in here with the Allied forces know that they're not traitors to their Constitution for protecting their sovereign territory from fucking WMD attacks. And these fucks in the Middle East who joined up with the U.S. lose those weapons. You don't get to have them anymore. No, and this is these scholars. A lot of the generals are like doctors and master's degrees, and I would have loved to have had one too. I'm going to get out of here. Here's a personal note. And I'm going to get my eyes not to be like I'm 60 years old. Nothing against aging, but I'm not 65 years old. And I'm so appalled when I open that door at these people in the city, at this isn't police here. They're coming in here. I'm witnessing murders they fucking commit in here. And then the helicopters. The fucking name at 3 in the morning. The fuck, what is this? No wonder I look this way. But on a personal note, I'm gonna get out. I'm going to, whatever the word with the military, tell them everything I learned here or saw, whatever word here. Help them some more. Do locations for them. I do that. I'm like a scout. Do that for them. Help them, okay? Help them keep defending and protecting our sovereign territory. And no, it's the truth, folks. This is history that we are living through. They're not going to cover up this history so that they can go and have anal sex with their girlfriends and then tell their kids how to do it. Because we're American, and that's the new America. Yeah, and we do crystal, a lot of crystal. Oh, we're high. Oh, yeah. Navy Command. Victory is ours, GRU. It is. Love you. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. There's no victory for these motherfuckers. They're not rewriting history. All right? No. And George Washington, what would he have said? Oh, let all of these Americans who are working with the Brits in the Revolutionary War, this is what I'm saying, okay? Let them all stay here so they can reconnect with those Brits and keep fucking trying to attack us. It's not how the real world works, Pentagon. Evil Pentagon, because the real good Pentagon people, I don't know where they are. Ask the generals, but there's 62% of the U.S. military that is still tried and true. And I love you, GRU. You're my new international friends forever. I know I sound weird. And victory is ours. And tell the Navy Command, keep smoking crack.